What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I have got a stimulus update for you today. This is your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Yes, I do know today is Saturday, and I'm uploading because I saw this news today and I just had to share it with you guys. Now, this is huge. We could be seeing President Joe Biden cracking under the pressure from Democratic leaders to provide new provisions. And I get this question almost every single day on Instagram and on YouTube. People are saying, Steve, are we or are we not going to get a fourth stimulus check? To which I have to respond and say, we just have to wait and see, because as you guys know, nothing is set in stone in these proposals or even when they're established as a bill, because at the last minute before they're passed into law, especially if there's congressional pressure, things could get added in. Well, we just saw an article come out this morning, and this is going to be tied not only to this provision, but we're also going to be discussing stimulus checks. Take a look right here. Biden tells Chuck Schumer to go ahead with calls for the $50,000 in student debt cancellation. And as you guys will recall, Biden was against this, but now we're seeing that he's saying go ahead. We're going to take this into consideration. So you guys, we're going to dive into this article, and we're also going to look at the pressure coming for the stimulus checks, because what we could be seeing here are additional provisions getting added in to the social infrastructure bill. So we're going to dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as of today, Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a blessed weekend. June the 12th, 2021. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, keeping you up to date on stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with money, don't forget to hit that like button, leave your comments, and share this out. Those simple gestures just take a second, and they help me out a ton. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here and you're not already a part of the viewing community, why don't you come and join the Ram fam? Smash the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. If you want to see what trades I'm doing in stocks and crypto, join the Patreon group. And also, you guys, let's just go ahead and dive right in. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest on what's going on with Biden cracking under the pressure from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. So link in the description below to this article that just came out yesterday evening. Let's dive right to the bullet points. And they say Biden told Chuck Schumer to keep the pressure on to cancel $50,000 in student debt, according to Chuck Schumer. Biden is reluctant to cancel that amount, saying that he doesn't think he has the executive authority to do so. But Democrats say borrowers need immediate relief right now through $50,000 in student debt forgiveness for each person. Now, as you guys know, President Joe Biden said that he supports $10,000 worth of student debt forgiveness, but he does not support $50,000. And actually, when the proposal came out for the infrastructure bill, it wasn't even included at all. But now we're hearing him say, yeah, he's coming around. He's taken into consideration. So the pressure is on, and it looks like it's working. So the article says Democratic lawmakers have been keeping the pressure on President Joe Biden to cancel $50,000 in student debt per borrower. Now, Biden just told the top Democrats to keep calls coming. Student Debt Crisis, an advocacy organization, led an event on Wednesday to urge Biden to take action on $1.7 trillion in the student debt crisis. Now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Elizabeth Warren, and we're going to be discussing her more further on with the stimulus checks. These two leading lawmakers on the issue of debt cancellation joined the event and said that they had met with Biden on the issue and told him that they're going to be unrelenting in their push to get student debt forgiveness. We said, we're going to keep up until you do this. And to his credit, to Biden's credit, he said, go ahead. And he's talked about 10,000, but that's not enough, Schumer said during the event. We're going to keep the pressure on him. Now, here's a tweet from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer that says, I was so proud to join Elizabeth Warren and Melissa Milano, organizers, and so many more Americans telling their story, pushing for action to cancel student debt. President Biden can hashtag cancel student debt with a stroke of a pen. So they're putting that pressure on him even through the tweets. And the article says the comment reported by Schumer is one of the few that Biden has made, indicating that he might be willing to cancel $50,000 in student debt. Now, since the start of his presidency, he has remained firm on his stance that he does not have the executive authority to cancel that much of an amount. And although he has asked for the Education and Justice Department to review his ability to do so, no timeline has been given for when those reviews can be completed. So you guys, what we're hearing is he's starting to come around. He has had a firm stance at $10,000 worth of student loan forgiveness, but now he's saying, just keep on bringing the argument for 50 grand. Now, that also brings up the topic of fourth stimulus checks. Now, as you guys know, those were also not included in the proposal, but we have recently seen a massive push to have those included. And we just heard from the White House. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki spoke on behalf of President Joe Biden and let us know that they're having the door open for this and they're still taking this into consideration. So it is very possible that this could get snuck in. Let's take a look at the video footage of what was actually said.
On a fourth stimulus check idea that is supported by dozens of Democrats in Congress. I know a month ago you said, stimulus checks aren't free and it's really up to Congress to decide whether to move forward on that. I'm wondering at this point, does the president support that idea, or does he believe that his American Jobs and Families Plan provide enough economic assistance that a fourth stimulus wouldn't be necessary?
Well, I think as I said at the time, I should say, when you asked this before, the president is certainly open to a range of ideas. And there are some who are proposing an elimination of the SALT deduction. I think I said it the right way. And there are some who are proposing making the child tax credit permanent. There are some who are proposing additional stimulus. He's happy to hear from a range of ideas on what would be most effective and what's most important to the economy moving forward. But he's also proposed what he thinks is going to be most effective for the short term, for putting people back to work, to getting through this pivotal period of time, and also to making us more competitive over the long term.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but I can tell you from my personal opinion, seems very vague and just kind of, like they said, leaving the door open to any potential provisions being added in. And what we've actually heard from President Joe Biden is that the fourth stimulus check, well, the White House says they're going to be leaving it up to Congress to decide. Now, what we're hearing is that there's over 80 lawmakers now that support further direct payments to Americans. And there's literally millions of people that have signed a petition requesting to have monthly stimulus checks rolling out until we declare this pandemic over and done. Now, not only that, but we also have proposals on the table, as I mentioned, one of which is from Senator Elizabeth Warren, along with Senator Ed Markey, pushing for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks. We can see that's a proposal that's been put out. And in addition to that, we also have from the House, Tlaib and Jayapal have put out the ABC Act, or the Automatic Boost to Communities Act, which will provide $1,000 monthly stimulus checks throughout the course of the pandemic and 1 year after as well. So right now, these are some of the provisions that could get added in. Now, the current infrastructure, social infrastructure package, the second portion, currently has 2 years of free college tuition, 2 years of free childcare. There's also additional child tax credits. They're proposing extending it out for 4 years. These are some of the provisions included, but we could easily see some of these other provisions added in, especially if we're seeing signs that President Joe Biden is giving into pressure from congressional leaders, especially Democratic leaders who could be pushing the reconciliation bill. As you guys know, right now we're hearing that talks have fallen apart. The bipartisan lawmaker group has come together, 10, 5 Republican, 5 Democrat, and they're working on that as well. If you missed all the details, check out yesterday's video. But if they can't put that together, it is very likely Democratic leaders will push through the process of reconciliation and put any provisions that they feel are necessary and will pass it through on their own. So you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on that. And once again, you like and appreciate these updates on unemployment. Be sure to check out the latest on that. On taxes, be sure to latest on the refunds, as there's going to be a new wave coming out, and the latest on stimulus or anything having to do with money or the economy or Congress. Don't forget to smash that like button if you like it. Hit the subscribe button to see more videos, and also follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Get some free stocks and cryptos in the link down below, and use the Patreon group to see what trades I'm doing in real time. But with that being said, you guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll keep you up to date. Hope you have a blessed weekend. Take care. Have a great Saturday. God bless. Catch you in the next video. This is Steve.